All right, Miss Beautiful Lori Woosley-Uden is from Omaha and is married to Jim. She has one son who is married and a granddaughter. She graduated with a BA in International Business Management and has a minor in German. She loves to camp, garden, and spend time with friends and family. So take it away, Miss Beautiful.
Oh, thank you, Curly. Well, hey, everybody. I'm really happy that I have the opportunity to share some social media training with you. So I have to just tell you that all the training that I'm going to go over tonight is from Teamzy and from Eric Johnson. I had been looking for something to use for a CRM, which is a customer retention management tool. And I tried 30-day trials with 3 other companies before I tried this one, and I absolutely love it. So if you don't know much about Teamzy and the 30-day free trial, please reach out to one of us or your upline so you can get some more details on that. But he goes through such wonderful training, and social media is one of the many facets of the training that he goes through. And we know that social media has taken over, really. I mean, it's something so new in our lives. It's been around maybe about a decade, and so much of my journey has been trial and error, and I probably erred more than I won. So I've learned a lot, and then I've refined a lot through some training that I've done, and then Eric comes along with training that just makes everything even more valuable. So I want to speak a little bit about when we use social media and how we can use that to build trust with people and inspire people, because those are really essential ingredients. When we're out there, it's not the traditional sense of the word in building relationships anymore. So how can we do this from a social platform? So by building that trust, what are some elements that we can do that and still have that element of inspiring people? So he's got 4 C's. So if you have a pen and a paper and you'd like to write this down, I'm going to share with you that the first one is character. The second one is competence, chemistry, and consistency. So character, competence, chemistry, and consistency. And we don't want to be disingenuous when we do anything, and we don't want to be dishonest, but those are 4 things to think about when you are making your social media posts. So 2 of the biggest mistakes that Eric talks about when he observes people is in our social media world, where 2 of the biggest mistakes are, if you go to our personal pages, is what he's talking about, is 1, there's no mention, no evidence, no anything that we even have a business. Or 2, every single thing we do is about our business. So it's trying to find that happy medium in the middle. So that challenged me. And you know what? I had heard and had followed somebody else's advice, and I took that off of my page a while ago, and I don't even know why, but I went on there and put that on there today that, I am proud of my company. I'm proud of what I do. So I want to make sure everybody knows that when they look at Lori Woosley-Uden's page, that she is the sales coordinator with the Juice Plus company. But then I also don't want to just bombard people to the point where, oh my God, does Lori even talk about anything else? I mean, it's just Juice Plus, Juice Plus, Juice Plus. So it's finding that balance. And I thought that was really interesting. So he either talks about that you're hiding your business or you're making everything about me. Every post is something about me. And really, we want to make all of our posts about them. We want to make the post about our audience. And how can we do that and attract people to continue to keep looking at our pages? So he then comes up with 3 different rules in relationship marketing. So he calls it the relationship marketing laws for social media. So if you feel like you want to take some notes, I'm going to give you some other bullet points. So it's relationship marketing laws for social media. So the first one is to post every day. And if you post every day, you're going to find that people are more responsive. And then people are going to know us because we have that social media presence. So if we're posting every day, we want to be consistent, and then that way we're on the top of people's minds. And then that also causes those other two things I said, which are people more responsive, and then people will know us because of our social media presence. So that's number one. Number two, all posts should lift up our audience. So we want to make sure that what we're posting is positive. It's going to lift up people who are seeing our posts. And he talks about an acronym, and it's the word hire. Not like I'm going higher in the sky, but I'm going to hire you to do a job. So HIRE is the acronym. So the first one, or the first letter, is H, and that means our post should be helpful. What can we do that helps our audience? Are we inspiring? Are we focusing on a relationship? Is this an educational piece? So like what could be H for help? It could be giving a good tip. Like you want to preserve your berries. Berries we know rot fast. So you could post a tip that I store all my berries in glass because it helps them last longer. That would be a tip. That would be considered helpful. And then that still is we'll talk about brand in a second, but that's part of our brand. We're helpful, but we're also about health. And so hopefully you can see that parallel in that example. The I in hire is inspiration. So it's either something funny or it's a quote. But what could you post that does represent that brand, which we're going to get to in a minute. But what do you want people to think about when they see your posts? And we are Juice Plus reps. We're Tower Garden reps. Have you ever thought about what your brand is and what you want to communicate to your audience out there in social media world? So and you want to be a little bit careful, because something funny to me might be considered off color to somebody else. And we don't want to do that, because we wouldn't want people to, ooh, I don't think I like that. You know what I'm saying? We just want to be inspiring. And so when you think about your post, also think about the person you love and respect the most. If they saw that post, how would they react? And so run it through that filter. Okay, then in the R in the acronym is relationship. So it's an opportunity for people in social media to peek inside of our life. What do I want to share? What do I want people to know about? What am I emotionally attached to? Do I have a prayer request? Do I want to ask people what their prayer requests are? Do we want to join in on something that we could all pray for? Maybe like we're praying for the families of the wildfires, victims in California, something that we can all join into. But finding that balance of what you're comfortable with and what you're comfortable in sharing. We don't have to tell everybody everything, but we do want to create an atmosphere on our social media page that we are letting people in a little bit. What are we willing to talk about? I love Cornhusker football. I'm perfectly happy sharing about Cornhusker football. I love my granddaughter. I'm not okay sharing that. Okay, I don't want to post pictures of my granddaughter on social media, and I won't do that because I've got my reasons. But I have no problem sharing a picture of me cooking bone broth and what are the benefits of bone broth to somebody's health. So find out what you're willing to share, what you're comfortable with, so it comes out as honest and not disingenuous. And the fourth letter is education. So what could we put out there that would educate people? We could go more into that example that I used for the helpful tip with the berries in the glass. Education could be, when I get berries at the grocery store, I wash them in apple cider vinegar. That gets all the contaminants off, helps preserve the freshness. So when I do put it in the glass, it lasts that much longer. So that's a little bit of an educational piece. So if our heart is to help people learn, what am I learning that I can share with people that can bring value to them? Okay, so Eric talks a little bit more, and I just want to share some of the stuff that he talks about in relation to this acronym that I just shared with you, the HIRE. So remember, it's help, inspiration, relationship, and education. So our tribe includes the people we have something in common with, whether it's hobbies, interests, or ideologies, and not that it only just builds relationships, but it also builds trust. Because people will do business with us when they trust us. People want to have a relationship with us when they trust us. So I'm going to go back into sharing a little bit about your life. So your followers want to get to know you. They want a glimpse inside your life to learn who and what is important to you, what you value, and how you balance it all. So this sounds like a lot, but sharing this information may feel uncomfortable, especially if you tend to be a private person. You may be thinking, I don't know about sharing so much about my life with everyone. People don't need to know that much about me. Well, the great thing about social media is that you can control how much you wish to reveal to your followers. You could be an open book about every aspect of your life, or you can choose to share small pieces of it. It's completely up to you. So you are your brand. So the more you post about your business and industry, the more people will associate you with it. It'll become your brand. You've probably heard a fair amount on the topic of branding and have thought about creating your own personal brand. So each time that you post on social media, you're building out your brand and shaping how people view you and your products. So next time you post something, consider what it tells people about you. Are you posting tons of silly photos of kids? Well, that shows you're a fun-loving parent or grandparent. Are you posting videos or links to articles about your industry? Well, that shows you're an expert. I want to buy from you. Day in the life photos? That shows that I'm relatable. So of course, these are all positive examples, but what if you're always posting negative items? Whether it's multiple rants about the service you've received in various stores and restaurants, unflattering or offensive means and gifts, etc. So although your connections may overlook the occasional negative post, if all your posts are real downers, they may choose to unfollow you. So that means they'll no longer see the great content you post when you do post it. Because after all, we are bombarded with so much negativity daily. Why would we choose to subject ourselves to other people's rants and negative vibes as well? But the good news is one of the best ways to stand out is to be a beacon of positivity in your friends' feeds. Before you post something, ask yourself the following questions. So if you want to write these down, I'll read them a little slow. So ask yourself, does this show me and my brand in a positive light? Does this show me and my brand in a positive light? Second one, will this make someone smile and otherwise make their day? Will this make someone smile and otherwise make their day? Last one. Ooh, this is a good one. Would my grandmother approve of what I'm posting? Would my grandmother approve of what I'm posting? So the last one is a check on civility. You may have noticed society is becoming less civil and tolerant of differences. Before you hit post, think of a person in your life whose opinion you really respect, such as your parent, grandparent, favorite auntie, best friend, and ask yourself, what would they think about your posting? After all, you want people to think of you, think positive things, not think of you and think, hey, remember that meme they posted? Yikes. People buy from you because they know and like you. And we tend to want to work with people we know, like, and trust. The same is true in sales. We love to support the people we love. The company's products are secondary to the relationship we have with the person selling them. Or if we really love a product, we'll buy it from the person we know instead of some random stranger. Facebook allows your customers to get to know you better. The more they know about you, the more they'll like you. And the more they like you, the more likely they are to buy from you. And the more they buy from you, the more likely they are to refer you to others who would enjoy your products. So it's the basis, this is only the basis for relationship marketing. Every day is a new day, so start posting more positive things, and before long, you'll be seen as a shining example of positivity. So I have another action, or I have an action step for you. And if you want to write this down, it's 411. So 4, then 1, then 1. And what this action step is something that you can do still this week. It's Monday, and there's still time to get your social media posts out there this week. So according to Eric and Teamsy in the relationship marketing model, is we want to post 4 value posts. So what could be, think of what an example of a value post could be. Could it be about storing your berries in a mason jar? Could it be about washing your produce in apple cider vinegar? Could it be that we have a solution for the romaine lettuce recall? Could it be that we have a solution for cold and flu season? Could it just be something inspiring that you saw that you liked? So something that is of value, but run it through that filter of those questions that I just had read. So it was, does this show me and my brand in a positive light? Will this make someone smile and otherwise make their day? Would my grandmother approve of what I'm posting? So do 4 value posts, and you can do 1 each day. And then there's the 1-1. So you got 4-1-1. So 4 value posts, and then do 1 post, which is a soft offer. And that would be something like, let me know if you want to learn more about. And then the last one is the hard offer, which would be like a special or a deal. And that's his example. So we don't offer specials. We don't offer deals. But we do have really great groups. I mean, we've had a group for women that's called Beyond the Red Tent, which is very personal women's issues, all the way to Crocktober and how to make crock pot recipes. Or think of something that might be something that you want to do. Like you just want to get your body ready for summer. It's going to be December, but the beach is around the corner, y'all. So do you want to do an ab workout crunch? Do you want to do a plank challenge? What could you do that could maybe do a little bit of a hard offer into something as far as inviting them into a group and then creating an atmosphere, showing your brand as somebody who's inspiring, being vulnerable enough to, like I could be, my example of vulnerability could be, I have got this belly fat, and I've had this belly fat since I was probably 8 years old. And I'd love to be in a bikini and have it be a little flatter. So who wants to join me and do this challenge of 30 sit-ups every day for the next 6 months? Just something like that. That's just an example. But I hope that this information and this training has been helpful for one. There's great videos out there on Teamsy, and you could go to YouTube and type in Teamsy and type up Eric Johnson, and you'd likely get some hits. But I encourage you to look at the teamsy.com website. Consider getting in there for the 30 days. If you sign up, he sends you emails that have valuable information, which is some of what I went through tonight is I got from his training. And know that it's never too late to start. If you're second guessing what you've done on social media, reach out, find a buddy, ask a trusted friend what they think about that. But be willing to be brave, be willing to post. And any of us here on the call are willing to help. And that is, that's it. That's what I got for you tonight. So if anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask. Otherwise, thank you.